folk. Members of a family, I liked already.
Folk, people. I mean, you've got folk as a noun, so it's people. It's a group of people. It's heritage. But then you got folk music, obviously, which maybe folk music is storytelling, really. So it's stories told by folk.
No, there's two things, isn't it? Like you got the kind of there's this idea of traditionalists that kind of contain folk and they like look back to things that were and hold that in great reverence and value. But actually,
that's where they're getting the originating from.
Yeah,
like.
But when we have but actually folk is about like right now. It's about the things that are happening around you and like the experiences of people and like you say narrative talking about
So that means music like hip hop is folk.
Yeah, everything's folk.
Exactly.
I mean, a narrative, any kind of narrative that tells a story about your surroundings is folk.
Yeah. Actually, folk is middle class people playing ukuleles.
Is it? Yeah.
Or kind of public school boys. That's what folk music seems to be. If you kind of say, "Oh, you're in a folk band," it's like there's folk instrumentation and there's folk music, and I think people mix those two things up because you can play. Like you always hear people doing dreadful covers on ukuleles and they're considered a folk band. But actually, what is a folk band? A folk band is actually a band of people who play folk music. There's an origin, there's a source, surely. Although those instruments, I guess, have an origin and have a source.
But it's always that thing about genreification, isn't it? So you're always kind of trying to people like to put a tag on something. So what we have is this sound, which is like an acoustic, and people with sandals and acoustic guitars, singing these twee little melodies, that kind of gets banded as folk, because actually that's just like one tiny segment of what that thing is.
Yeah.
And like it's hip hop, it's psychedelia, it's
That's my point. I think hip hop is more relevant to folk music than some kid playing a ukulele cover version of something by the Beatles.
And what that is now, I suppose, is like it's Britain. That's Britain. Britain isn't like these old the old stories. It's like it's about youth from every walk of life.
It's about relevant stories. It's things that are happening now, and that's what folk music was. It was a story. It was a tale. It was something happening in a town, and then that story being transferred to another town, and it kind of being embellished a little bit, and then someone singing about it, and
learn from it.
Yeah,
take
heed.
There's
a moral,
this thing went wrong because of this, and we'll tell you the story and enlighten you, and you should learn.
So really, urban music is folk music.
Yeah, all music is folk music.
All music is folk. Who said that?
I don't know. I just said it.
No, someone said that.
Someone did say that.
Did they?
Isn't it Ray Charles or something?
Oh no, you're right. Yeah. Yes, you are.
Yeah.
There you go. All music is folk music.